Hello. I am going to be doing a little bit of a different video today. I will be trying to do a reading vlog. I have seen these types of videos done by other booktubers and I find them quite fun. So I figured, maybe I could try this out and see how it goes. I've been wanting to read 9 Pounds by Leigh Bardugo all summer and I didn't manage to do it. So now that it's October 1st, I figured since it's starting to be spooky season and I've heard that this book is very dark, I should attempt to read it. So I don't know much about this book. I know that this book is about a girl that goes to Yale and finds secret societies there that do some shady stuff and some weird stuff. I also know that there's a lot of trigger warnings about this book. I've checked some of them out because I personally believe that there should be, like, to a level you should be aware of the trigger warnings for a book before you read it, just in case, you don't have a good time when you read it. I didn't find anything that I was like, I cannot read this. Now, I don't know how it's gonna happen in the book and I'll change my mind, but honestly, to be honest, I don't remember all of the trigger warnings. So, in any case, this book has been featured in a lot of lists about books with Slytherin protagonists, and as a Slytherin, I want to read books with Slytherin values. So, this sounds like it's gonna be a fun time for me. I don't know, we're gonna find out. Now, by the way, I have read about 5 books by Leigh Bardugo so far in my life. I've read the Shadow and Bone trilogy and I've also read the Six of Crows duology. The first book in both of these series was my favorite, so I feel like there's a pattern here, and because I know that this book is gonna be a series, I'm definitely sure that there's gonna be a sequel at least. I am expecting good things from this book. You could say that I don't want to have high expectations, but I've just been so excited to read it ever since I bought it. So, I'm kind of like, please be good. Please be good. So, let's stop stalling this and let's get to reading it. I'm warning you, the rest of this video will contain spoilers because as I'm reading the book, I do not shy away from saying what I was reading about. Look at how beautiful this book is. What the fuck? It's so pretty. Why the fuck is it so pretty? Right off the bat, I haven't even started the book yet, but the author's note says that the secret societies of Yale are very real. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not American, but really? Like, I really thought that this was all a fictional thing, that Yale actually has, I don't know, Satanists and secret societies and stuff. I thought it wasn't real. What does their prestigious alumni are very real, but the characters and events described are all product of the author's imagination. Explain, America, explain. Also, the map is really cute. I mean, Leigh Bardugo always does amazing maps in her novels. This is awesome. I finished the prologue and I'm very confused. I don't really understand what's going on. The only thing that I understood from this is that her whole family died and it was due to some fire or some dogs. I don't know. From what I understood, the mansion they were in caught fire, but there was also mention of wild dogs biting them. She has a bite mark on her side, and so I don't understand how that happened. But yeah, I'm very confused right now. I don't know if I have to go back and reread what I just read, but I don't think I'm gonna understand it any better. Maybe it's just a thing where like it'll make more sense if you know the rest of the book. This is a very different type of writing to Leigh Bardugo's writing that I'm used to. Maybe it has to do with the fact that this is an adult novel. Right now, this needs some getting used to. Okay, what the fuck? I'm literally on the first fucking chapter of this book. Alex is already, I guess, a part of a secret society. We just didn't see it happen. She's already in Yale and stuff like that. And literally on page 9, wow, 9,000 on page 9, there's a man on a table, and Alex says, is he a patient, a subject, a sacrifice? And literally they have opened up his stomach. Oh my god. Ew. Maybe she's just, you know, a medical student. Maybe that's just what it is here. It's not some sacrifice, human sacrifice, weird stuff. Maybe she's just a medical student, right? Let's just assume the best in this situation. We're literally opening this person up to see the future? What? So that's what prognostications means. I know that prognosis is from Greek. No different than someone reading the future in the cards of a tarot deck or a handful of animal bones. But it sure looks different, right? What the fuck? Why are we opening up a person that's alive to see the future? It's just said that like after what they're doing to him, if he's gonna tell people, they're just gonna call him crazy because he's a schizophrenic. Fuck. Oh my god. And now if they have a mental illness, it's for better, it makes for better predictions. The crazier the victim, the closer to God. Okay, this is a lot of strange stuff in the first 14 pages of this book, and now I'm getting scared about what this rest is gonna be. I'm getting scared, but that's good. It's October, right? It's spooky season. What? Ghosts? Again, this is literally page 12. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why isn't this being revealed? We just know it. It's just, oh, and yeah, we have two ghosts hanging in the back. One of them is from the 1800s. The other one died in the 20s. They're just here to watch and have a good time. Excuse me. Okay, so she has like a special power of seeing ghosts in color for some reason. They call them grays because they look gray, but she sees them in color. So apparently now we have a murder to investigate and see what happened. Things are starting to clear up. I'm kind of understanding a little bit what's happening. It seems that she is a freshman at Yale, and she is just starting to fit in. She kind of knows what's happening but also doesn't. There seems to be other societies that have different powers. I'm kind of starting to get not used to, but now I'm expecting the different style of writing from Leigh Bardugo. It seems like it's gonna be a wild ride. So it's quite a few hours later and I've reached page 73 of Ninth House, and to be honest with you, I'm kind of bored. Only like just realized what really is going on. I don't know if that's because I'm dumb, but the Leigh house is a house that monitors the rest of the secret societies in Yale, and that's where she was taken because she can see ghosts, and so they can use her power, because it's not a power that anyone else has. To see ghosts, they need to take a toxic drink that might kill them, but they do it because they want to see beyond the veil. Apparently, like I thought, the prologue is not something that happened that would make sense to us. I don't think it's supposed to make sense to us, because I still don't understand what happened in that prologue. Now I do know that the crime that happened and led her to be there was like she had taken drugs. She was high and her friend was high, and she was found naked and sleeping close to 8 people that were murdered. She was ruled out as a suspect because she couldn't have the strength to lift the weapon, and that she's right-handed, and apparently the wounds were made by someone that was left-handed. So I don't know. A thing that I really liked, I really liked her dynamic with Darlington. Is the next day after I've started Ninth House, I really like the fact that Alex is pretty much the only female protagonist I've ever read that has tattoos. Really cool how Darlington showed her a couple of white moths that basically took away her ink, and like from white became black because they absorbed her tattoos, and I thought that was really cool. It was very original. I've never read anything like that when it comes to magic. Okay, I'm sorry, this is actually not something new in the book that I'm reading it right now, but who would name their child Galaxy? It's so silly. Like, I can't take it seriously. Like, her name is Galaxy, and Alex is a short term for Galaxy. I'm on page 115 in Ninth House. I think the pace could be a little faster. I'm enjoying seeing the first time Alex went into Yale and was exposed to all of its creepiness. As in, you know, the flashbacks with Darlington. I like their relationship dynamic. I like the story. I don't understand where it's going. I feel like there's a lot of mystery, and I don't completely trust Alex. I feel like we keep having hints that Alex has done bad things to people, so I don't know how it's going to go. There's the mystery behind who killed that girl from the town. There's also like the mystery of like what happened in that homicide, that multiple homicide that she was found in. I also like see that she buried Helly, and I don't know if this is like metaphorical, but I'm taking it as it's not. So like there was the passage like she went to the gym in front of which the murder happened of this girl from the town, and she's like she's gonna have to bury her just like she had to bury Helly, and Helly is mentioned as a friend she had that died that night when they were doing drugs, and she was found with other people that were murdered. So I don't trust Alex, but I also really like her character. And I also really like Darlington's character. We haven't had much depth to other characters other than these two. One other thing, so like I said in the beginning, these different houses have different practices for magic, and so we just saw another one. So what the house called Aurelian does, it has a page in the end of the book where it tells you the specialties of each house, and we just saw that in this house they did a ritual and it helps them like do word magic on like publish good books and stuff like that. This guy was standing next to a table and a long like parchment, and they slit open his arms, and the blood that came out of him was on the parchment, just was running on the parchment as they were chanting things, and then the blood turned into ink, and then the ink went inside him through his brain and his heart. And I think that sounds kind of disgusting, but I also thought it was really cool. Like I keep picturing, as I'm reading this book, I keep picturing it, how beautiful it would be and how awesome it would be if this became a horror series. I think it would be so amazing in like a tone of either American Horror Story or a Mike Flanagan tone, color, atmosphere thing. Like I think it would be so cool. Why has nobody done a horror series based around Yale's secret societies? I don't know. I think it's such a cool idea. Of course, it might be because the people that are there will kill them if they try to do anything to ruin their reputation. Okay, so I have read another chapter today from 9th house, and I have to admit to you that I haven't touched this book in 4 days. I don't know what the problem is, because honestly I like the story, I like the elements that consist of the story, I find everything really interesting. I'm just not gravitating towards it. Like, I'm just not reaching for it, and I don't know why. It's just, I guess the problem is that I'm not connecting with the characters enough to care about what's happening, and that is getting kind of fixed right now, because the chapter that I just finished was a big chapter on Alex and her backstory. I like Alex's character. I've talked about this. I really like her character. I like how she, you know, she sees these ghosts ever since she was a small kid, and she didn't know what to do about it, and she knew that everybody's gonna think she's crazy. There was this moment when she got her period, and as we know, ghosts are gravitating towards things that remind them of being alive. Things like blood, sweat, sweets, and other stuff are attracting them. So when she got her period, she attracted some ghost. It was really, really horrible how that ghost was going to rape her. I think she was 12 years old, and it just, from that moment, it created this spiral into all these horrible things that happened to her, how she started getting addicted to drugs, to smoking, and all these other things, because they stop the ghosts. As long as she has these toxic substances in her body, she can't see the ghosts, and it's what she's been trying to get away from ever since she was 12. It's really, wow, like I really I don't like that, but I just think that's a good thing about the writing of her character. We are putting a lot of emphasis on the murder, and I think that's gonna be the main part of the plot right now, because she's going to the morgue and she's gonna go see the dead girl's body, and probably she's gonna try to talk to her because she was in the library and she was researching how to speak to the dead. Right now I'm just not reaching for it. That's all that That's the problem. I find it really funny and really accurate how there is a Greek guy that witnessed something in the past. It's just a passage talking about like exposition stuff, and there was a mention of like everybody with the gold coin that basically compulses people to do what you want. It worked on everyone except that Greek guy that owned the store, and it says that it didn't work on him because he had the woody. He had the blue evil eye, or Mati. You will see so many blue evil eyes around Greece, like especially in the islands, and when you go to like tourist shops, they will all sell evil eyes because it's just a thing in our culture where it's like, you know, we hang evil eyes to keep basically the evil energy, the negative energy, people's bad wishes for us away from us. So it's really funny for me that Leigh Bardugo considered that and put it in the book. Instead of using compulsion, they used money to get him on their side. And it's such a Greek thing. Like, of course, we are swayed with money so easily. It's funny. So that was a very accurate representation, Leigh Bardugo. That gets kudos from me. Hi. So I'm getting close to page 200. Alex has been attacked by some kind of ghost that is a messenger for the people that are doing necromancy at the secret society called Book and Snake. We don't know if they sent the ghost to her to attack her or why. It was really, really disgusting how she kept like vomiting scarabs, and they were like trying to eat her from the inside. Thankfully that other girl was there to save her, although I will not comment on how disgusting the cure for that was because it may have been even worse. It was just about the same amount of horrifying. So anyway, she needs to sort this out on her own. She needs to solve this on her own and understand what's happening, and she will have to talk to some people from Wolf's Head. And I just realized that Leigh Bardugo uses a term called therianthropy instead of shape-shifting, and I find that so fucking smart. It is such a cool idea to name it that because it derives from Greek therianthropos, therianthropy. It is basically like a person while also being a beast, and I find that really cool mashup of the words. So yeah, I just wanted to say that I like that term a lot. I had a scene with Manuscript, the secret society that deals with glamours, celebrities, neuroscientists, because it is about the perception, the human perception. So they went to a party and there was a mist that made Darlington a little bit delusional, and he developed a desire for Alex. Honestly, I felt a little bit uncomfortable reading that because considering how she was sexually assaulted when she was 12, I felt like, I don't know her perspective in that scene, but I like Darlington's character and I don't mind them being a little bit intimate and stuff like that. I find it interesting considering how he didn't want her to be Ariel, but it's like he's warming up to her, and I just felt weird about it though. Still don't know how he disappeared. I'm hoping that we get to learn more about his disappearance and what happened. We are not talking about how horrible I look right now, okay? That we're not talking about that. So I continued Ninth House last night. Right now I'm on page 268. Remember how I said that I had checked some trigger warnings before I read this book? I had seen something called, like, something that meant consuming human waste. I had no idea how this would come into play. I honestly thought that, like, maybe it wasn't even correct. I was like, how the fuck is that gonna happen? Like, what the fuck is it even gonna be? You know, like, because I did have it in the back of my head. I was like, am I really gonna read something like that? I just read it. The secret society that I told you about with the celebrities, the mirror magic, the glamours and stuff like that. They have a pill that basically makes you a servant. They gave this pill to a girl that was Alex's roommate, and basically she was raped. She was raped by 2 boys, and they filmed it. They filmed it and they tried to make it go viral. What Alex did was she went to manuscript, make some sort of ritual, guys, so that this video gets no recognition whatsoever. She took a pill that made others bend to her will from someone in manuscript. She went to the boys that raped her and she deleted the video, all the messages that they did with other people, and she filmed a new video where the guy that gave the pill to her friend is shitting. He has a shit, you know? And then he takes that and he eats it and he smiles at the camera. And I cannot believe that I fucking said that. I cannot believe that I fucking read that. So I read it last night. So the shock of it has worn off. I'm not like, what the fuck anymore. But what the fuck? He also kept videos from other girls that he raped, and he had them on his phone. So glad that Alex did that, even though it's a little fucked up, because now you're ruined, basically. And I don't know how Yale is going to continue to allow him to be there, but at least his reputation is fucked up. I just found it a big weird thing, so I had to mention it somehow in the vlog. Alex's character, I do think that she's a Slytherin, like everyone that has been saying about this book. When she has a goal in mind, it's fuck all of you, I'm gonna do that and you cannot stop me. I will find any way that I can fulfill this. And she's so cunning, she's so clever, she's resourceful, and for the few people that she cares about, she will kill anyone that hurts that person or messes with these few people that she cares about. I like reading Slytherin protagonists. It was indeed revealed that Alex was the murderer and that she killed the other 5 men. Now that this is out in the open, I was thinking that, like, what if she did something to Darlington because he figured it out? And he was like, I'll have to tell the higher-ups, I'll have to tell them that you did it and you have to be out of here. You can't possibly be here. Because I'm guessing that she was somehow able to do it through her connection to ghosts. I don't know, like, my mind went to weird places and considered that maybe Helly being left-handed, did Helly possess Alex and do that to all the other men? Because it was said that Alex did not have the capability to do that and she wasn't left-handed. So I don't see how this could have happened otherwise. There's obvious hints that she was the killer. When we meet with the ghost that is supposedly the guy who murdered his fiancée, the bridegroom, and the ghost that's helping her figure out what's happening, that she made a pact with. He's a murderer, and inwardly Alex said, great, that makes 2 of us. But I don't know. And we also saw that Darlington got somehow sucked in by a portal. Like, I didn't really understand what happened there. Like, what the fuck was that? Thoughts about him living the world, blah 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 blah. None of it would remember him. He tried to speak. He was looking at Alex, and she did not step forward. She cast no words of protection. He ended, as he had always suspected he would, alone in the dark. What does that mean? What does that mean? Because we know that he's not dead. The ghosts say that he's not there. So, what the fuck? What the fuck is happening? I'm not understanding it. And then the next chapter is about last summer. I don't care about last summer. I want to see what's happening in the present, Leigh Bardugo. I want to understand what's happening, okay? I don't want in-depth. I don't want in-depth descriptions about what's happening in the past, okay? I don't care. I want to see the fucking facts. That was a rant. Hello, it's me from the future. I've read the next chapter, and indeed, Helly was the one that killed everyone by possessing Alex. Greetings. Today, I plan on finishing 9th house because it is Sunday, and I don't really remember when I started reading this book, but I just feel like I'm through with it. Like, I want to finish it. I want to see how everything is concluded that makes the prologue make sense. I want to know what the tea is. So I'm gonna try and finish 9th house tonight. Watch me not do that. Hello. It is the next day, and I indeed managed to successfully finish 9th house by Leigh Bardugo. Also wrote my review on GOODREADS. Short and sweet. I rated it. Let's talk a little bit about it. The ending of this book was absolutely spectacular. It was such a good ending, and I don't... Leigh Bardugo, why do you do this? I did not guess the ending at all. Like, my mind was nowhere near that reveal. The whole mystery behind the murder, I did not expect that. I did not expect that. I know that the teacher is like Alex, and like she ghosts, and she's Daisy. She was the bridegroom's wife that he murdered. What? Like, I was stunned. I was absolutely shocked. And then she tries to eat Alex and like consume her spirit, because it is revealed that in the end, what the reason why Tara died was to create a new magic nexus so that a new secret society could be created there, like using the magic to create a tomb where they can have their rituals. And I did not expect that. We find out that she has eaten all these other girls around the years that the societies were forged. Holy shit. Holy shit. And Alex is like, you know what? Fuck off. I'm not gonna let you continue to do this. And she just lets all the spirits of the girls out into like the afterlife, and the teacher obviously dies because she's been immortal all this time, being like renewing herself with all these spirits that she's consuming, and she's like turned into ash. Holy shit. And then, as if that whole thing wasn't enough, that Alex is a whale walker, we find out in the ending that Darlington isn't actually dead. The hell beast that consumed him did not actually eat his soul. It transformed his soul into a demon. And literally the ending of this book, the last lines of the book are that Alex and Pam and I think someone else, they're going to hell to find Darlington. That's how the book fucking ends. What the fuck, Leigh Bardugo? If only the whole book was that way. And that is the reason why I didn't give this book 5 stars and I only gave it 4 stars, because the first half of it, really slow, really bad pacing. The next part of it is getting slowly fixed, but it's until we get to the ending, which is mind-blowing. But until we get to that point, it's such a bad pacing. How the flashbacks were spaced out was really wrong, in my opinion. Alex is such a well-written character by the end of the book. She's such a well-written character by the end of the book that, like, I feel like we should have been fonder of her character much earlier than we actually were, because in the start of the book you don't really care about what's happening. It drags you along so much. I kept trying to continue, not because I needed to know what happens, because I wanted to finish it. But other than that, it's a really great idea. It's a very original thing to deal with, like the secret societies and the magic, the mysticism, the occult. It's all handled very beautifully, and it's such a weird book. It is such a weird book. You should check out all the trigger warnings for it, in my opinion. It is so dark and it is so adult, and it's such a good mystery, and it's such a good reveal in the ending that all the bad stuff that I couldn't get through, like the bad pacing of it, if you endure it, the ending makes it worthwhile. So that's what I thought about Ninth House. I'm quite excited to continue this story. So that's about it. Thanks for watching. I will see you soon in another video that I have planned to make. Tell me your thoughts about Ninth House down below. Tell me if you've read it, what you think will happen in the sequel. I'd be very happy to hear about all that. So see you later. Bye.